Welcome to partialarc.com. Don't do that.
You find yourself in a tavern.
Oh, we should have checked for traps.
I knew he forgot something.
I think I can reason with him.
You killed his father.
Can I have sex with it?
You could certainly try.
I'm gonna touch a sword.
Don't touch the sword!
The child is evil, right?
Obviously.
I could cast Fireball.
Always cast fireball.
All right, roll for it. Welcome to Friday Night Quests. I'm your host and Dungeon Master, Jay Jones. This week we bring you the 7th part of Season 19. And we've got something really exciting to share with you. As you hopefully know at this point, we've got a brand new Kickstarter out called Mortals: Descent of the Gods. And at the time of this recording, we're about 70% to our funding goal. And because we're so close, we wanted to reward our fans who support us by adding a special pledge for listeners of Friday Night Quests and Dark Heresy. How it works? Well, we've added a new pledge level of $5 or more called In Character Thank Yous. What this means is if you throw in $5 or more at that pledge level, you'll receive a special shout out and thank you from the character of your choice on this podcast. Check out the Kickstarter for more details, but if you ever wanted to hear someone from the Velvet League gang compliment your awesomeness, or even hear Umbernach, the Black Dragon, invite you to his totally disgusting swamp, then back us at the $5 or more pledge level and we'll sing your praises from Kemp Estates. And if you're one of those awesome adventurers who've already backed us at the thank you level of $1 or more, no worries. Just upgrade your pledge to the new pledge level and you're all set. And so, without further ado, let's get to the game. Previously on Friday Night Quests, the Velvet League has descended to the lowest level of Carceri, and now they park their ship in the void, taking a long rest before attempting their prison break.
I'm glad I threw that guy off the ship.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah.
Here, wait, I gotta give the crewman his shirt
And we
back.
don't know.
Hey, guys.
We don't know there's no floor.
I don't care.
Fun fact, probably a good call.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. That was Murder Town.
I especially when we realized he had the little ward, I was like, the warden might be able to even track that.
Good point.
Interesting point. Didn't think about it. Very possible.
Anyway.
All right, we are resting.
Yeah.
We should...
How long is your rest?
8 hours.
8 hours.
Okay.
I need all my shit back.
We should hang out with the crew and, get their spirits up. Have a little, Titanic-style hands under the thing and not look out the windows party.
Oh yeah, like a don't look out the windows
When
party.
you said Titanic, I thought of the party that they have.
Yeah, the one in the hold.
Yeah.
Or we tell scary stories.
No, that's a bad idea.
That's a bad
We
idea,
are
though.
in a scary story.
That's what I mean. Maybe
What about wait, hold on. First off, shirtless crewman, this is yours. Thank you for lending your
Thanks.
shirt.
Oh man,
Yeah.
that's fine.
You have to put it on backwards though now.
Oh,
It
okay.
allows me to keep
I
track.
heard about this. All right, sure. And he puts it on backwards.
So I can mark and tell who we've talked to from the crew and who we haven't. So there's...
So are you guys kind of hanging out with all the crew?
Yeah,
We should.
I don't want the crew to have to be responsible for it because I saw them kind of losing their shit a little bit. So I'm going to stand on the deck and pull up a chair and kind of keep watch.
Yeah, I was about to say
somebody should.
One of us should.
And I don't mind.
And you guys are keeping the crew off the deck.
I
Yes.
honestly think
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like Izzy and Horace. It would not be a bad idea for you two to hang out with the crew and party a little bit.
Okay.
And then I can keep watch because you have a very disarming quality to you.
Oh yeah,
Oh, then yeah.
I can disarm. That's one of my abilities.
Have you ever used that?
No, I mean it's not an ability. It's
Oh.
anybody can disarm.
That's true.
I'm good at it because I
Yeah.
can hit things out of people's hands.
And I'm good at other
That's
things.
fine if you think the crew would be best served.
There's two outcomes,
Yeah.
and neither one is terrible. One is they find you charming.
Okay.
Two is they find you a buffoon.
Yes.
Either way, you're kind of taking their minds off their problems, except if they think you're a buffoon, that's going to make them all die. So,
Yeah, that's a.
but I am off-putting,
Yes.
Well, that's
yes,
true.
you are.
Yeah. Oh, all right.
so I
I'll
can
go
hang in the
and-
crow's nest, and I'm psychic, and I can talk to you guys whenever.
Cool.
So
I can't
Okay.
remember if I play any instruments. I don't think I do.
I don't either.
I can clap.
I,
Just do a lot of musical clapping.
Yeah.
I'm certain you play a number of them, probably not well.
Yes. Yeah.
Probably
I had a
like
guitar to impress girls
6 months of the recorder.
back on the estate. But then I was like, dude, I'm rich. That's impressive enough.
I could tell stories of like druid folklore stories.
Yeah.
Yeah, do
Yeah,
it.
okay.
And I'll clap along.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
All right, so I'm going to need each of you to give me a performance check.
Oh my God, my clapping was so good.
You got the clap?
Ooh.
I got the clap.
Horace.
Who else has the clap? Come on.
A few sailors sadly raised their hand.
I got a 21.
23.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
We're entertaining as fuck.
You guys actually put on a great little show here for the crew.
Hey.
What- How does your clapping interact perfectly with Izzy's storytelling?
Well, I'm telling a story that is set on a stormy night. Thunder. And lightning. And an old woman who comes at the door.
I find you both very entertaining. I would listen to you for 120 plus hours.
Oh,
Great.
wow.
Oh, God, you have. Meta.
That's nice.
I tell the story of the old woman at the door. I tell the story
Is that
about...
a scary story?
No.
They open the door and she's like, I've come to bring you these baked goods.
Yes. I'll tell the story of the leaky keg. I tell the story of the bear on the watch. And then I'll finish up with my favorite story, the red bird in the woods.
Nice. And
If
actually,
any fans out there want to submit what those stories might be.
I actually have a story. The red bird in the woods is a story I could legitimately tell right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
ooh. Well, you guys do such a good job of telling your stories and stuff that a few of the crew members start to share their stories as well of adventures at sea, some of lost loves and things like that, and everyone has a drink. Not a lot. Captain Faraday keeps everybody pretty even keel, so no one's getting too crazy with the drink, but enough that everyone's spirits is definitely risen a bit because they look very unsettled when you guys started.
Yeah.
Cool. Then knowing once we hear their stories, we can start playing like games, like Never Have I Ever, or
You already
Topple
won that.
Over. I will win that every time.
What's topple over?
It's like Trust Falls,
Oh.
Except you let them go.
except you need 4 people.
Except you don't catch
So 2 people are the podium, so you get down on all fours, and 2 other people stand on top of them, and then they try to push each other over.
Damn.
Like chicken fights.
Chicken fights on other people.
That would be
Who are
great.
stationary. Yeah. So topple it. We could play that. We could also, we can play with. I can play with
Distrust
magic with it.
Falls.
Distrustful.
Know who your friends
7
are.
minutes in heaven. Or wait, is
Oh.
the crew's all men though?
You
That's fine.
can still play 7
You can
minutes
still
in
play
heaven.
that. So yeah.
All right. Well, I want to play 7 minutes in heaven.
Okay.
And there are, by the way, there are some female crewmen as well. It's
Oh.
not just Captain Faraday. This is a mixed
But I'm going to play
gender ship.
solitaire 7 minutes in heaven.
Okay.
Okay.
That's cool.
You can get in there, do whatever you want. I mean,
Ooh, we could do like who can not blink the longest, or who could hold their breath the longest, handstands the longest, arm wrestling. I think you would win that every time, Horace. Though.
Maybe.
Yeah. What is Faraday doing right now?
so Captain Faraday is in
You
the
don't want
corner.
to know.
Do you want me to be your wing woman?
No, I have a wife.
Oh, that's right.
So. Don't try to make me cheat on my elvish,
Wait.
beautiful wife.
Didn't we already establish that what happens in hell stays in hell?
Oh,
No,
yeah.
we definitely have not had that conversation.
I don't know.
Also,
man.
me and
Whoever dies in hell stays in hell. That much we know.
my wife is an elf, and they have really open ideas about sexuality.
That's a great idea to just float without actually asking her about it.
I think elves are cool with this.
I think
Yeah.
yeah, they make out with trees and shit too.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, some of
I've
them do.
seen her. I walked in on her once,
What?
making out with a tree.
Oh my god.
What are you doing?
And her hair was snakes. And it was definitely not a dream.
It's definitely not-
All right.
Maybe one day I'll get married. No.
I was going to say,
Yeah, no.
that's definitely not true.
happening. No.
I don't think druids do get married because they're like animals.
Well,
They
her
just-
are your parents married?
Oh my god, I don't know. They don't wait. I don't know. Druids normally, we don't wear rings. We kind of just like we like walk over fires. We drink a cup of blood. We do a couple spells. The whole community is there to witness because the community is your family, and that's about it.
I thought you guys were like animals, where it's like when somebody wants to
No.
do it, you guys just do it.
Not my druid circle, at least. Maybe there's others that are more polyamorous and poly-friendly.
Okay.
But no, not the Buchanans.
Boring.
Yeah.
All right. I hope everybody's entertained. And are you rested? You need to rest.
I know, isn't it funny? Well, entertaining's not work. You know, if you're doing what you love, it's not work.
Sure.
But it's definitely not rested.
Why don't you go do 7 minutes in heaven, but take like 6 hours
Okay.
by yourself?
You mean just like take a nap?
Yeah.
Okay. I could do that.
Call it 6 hours
So,
in heaven.
I'll go-
Izzy, you go to rest.
Yep.
Horace, you're staying up, correct? And Sweeney, you are as well, right? Or are you resting in the crow's
You need
nest?
to rest, too.
I don't need to rest because the only thing I've sacrificed is an 8th level spell. I'll be okay if I keep watch.
Okay.
As long as I'm not pushing into exhaustion territory.
And
Okay.
as a few of the crewmen go to sleep or go back to different posts inside the ship because you're keeping them outside, you notice in this group that witnessed all of this, that was watching your performance and everything, because now that you finally made your rounds, people were telling you, hey, great story, to you, Izzy, as you're leaving, Horace, great clapping, all that. You notice one crewman is missing out of this group.
Yeah, I know the orange frog. I know.
Wait, no. Well, there were a couple of people that did fall over the edge. We'll come back for you.
But not the ones that fell over the edge. Jacob's not in this group.
Uh-oh.
Jacob stared into the void, and the void stared back. I wonder where Jacob is. Oh, wait, I'm asleep.
Yeah, you go to sleep. I'll search for Jacob.
Okay.
Do I need to roll something?
No, I mean, you can... There's only so many places you can be in a ship. So you go down to different cabins, and you're looking around. He's not where his hammock is in the ship. And you make your way, and you find into one of the storage rooms, and the door is locked. It's the only locked door on this ship right now.
Yeah. There's no locked doors on my ship. Do I have a key?
You do.
Yeah.
You can probably go up and get it from
Yeah.
Faraday's office.
Got it.
So you go...
Key it open.
You unlock the door and swing it open, and Jacob's there in the corner on some parchment, scribbling something very quickly. And you look around, and on the walls, there are pieces of paper that have been stuck and slid into the walls, different images, and you see pieces of paper filled with what look like our teeth. You see blackness on every page. You see claws, you see eyes, thousands of eyes, and you see teeth. And Jacob doesn't even really notice you, and he's on the ground, again, still scribbling something on a piece of paper.
Quietly close the door and leave.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll just leave him here for now.
All
That's
right.
fine.
You close the door?
He's not hurting anybody.
Presently.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I'll be like, as soon as we get out of here, I'm sure that'll pass.
Also, tell no one what you saw.
I will tell Sweeney. I'll go up top because you're standing watch, right?
Yeah.
And I'll be like, Jacob is he's going a little stir crazy. He's
Okay.
like drawing eyeballs and teeth and stuff
Sure.
in one of the storerooms. He's not like hurting himself or hurting anybody else. I mean, he's pounding through our paper. But that's fine.
Oh, so they know what paper is.
Yeah, clearly. They keep a lot of paper on the ship.
What if they were paper traders?
I think Faraday was like a novelist or something, because that's a lot of paper. I think she's...
Did he just take her books and he's just like drawing in the
Yeah.
books?
Yeah, he must have ripped pages out.
I can go talk to him.
If you want to, but I just left him there because it's like, let him get it out of his system.
Yeah, I'm gonna go talk to him.
All right, I'll stay up here on deck and
I
make
take
sure.
the key.
You're up on deck as well. And you come down into the hull. As you go stepping down the stairs into the hull, you're, again, the blackness and the void out there. You feel like you saw something. Quick, though.
Put my head back out there.
You look, nothing.
Like in the blackness?
In the blackness.
Place is getting to me.
You go down into the hull of the ship, and you get to the storeroom. It's still unlocked from Horace unlocking it. Do you go in?
Yeah.
So you go in, and there's Jacob again, scrawling something on another piece of paper. Again, it looks like he has his hand basically pressed against the quill, with ink just scraping against the paper, just covering it and coating it in black.
Hey, Jacob.
He doesn't respond.
Hey, Jacob. Gotta talk to you about yourself.
He doesn't respond.
Neat. I'm gonna try something, Jacob, and I do apologize if it goes very, very bad. I'm gonna take one of the pieces of paper, one of the drawings he's done, and I'm just gonna cast Prestidigitation and burn it away.
So you burn away one of the pieces of paper, and he turns and leaps at you, his hands out, grasping around your neck, and just basically staring into your eyes, not saying anything, just squeezing your neck.
Well, that's not what I wanted. I guess I'm gonna conserve some spell slots and just stab him with my dagger.
Okay.
Damn.
Yeah, that's a 23 to hit.
So you hit him. Where are you stabbing him?
Belly.
Okay. So you stab him in his belly, and you see him break whatever was over him for a moment, and he's looking at you, but he still doesn't, yell in pain or look down at his wound. It just seems to have shaken him for a moment. He releases his grip on your neck loosely, and he looks at you and, almost as if wantingly, asks you, "Did you see it too?"
Tell me what you saw.
Did you see it?
I saw something, and I'm not sure what it was, and I need someone who also saw it to help me understand what I saw.
It's everywhere.
I know.
I can't imagine. It's so big. The teeth. The
Yeah.
eyes.
Okay. Yeah, it's something.
I can hear it.
I know.
Can you help me?
I definitely can do that. Can you tell me what it's saying to you?
Stay.
Mm-hmm.
It's telling me to stay here.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to stay here.
I know. I know you don't. Okay. I'm gonna try to remove curse. I don't know if this is a curse. I don't know if this is gonna work. But I'm gonna try to cast remove curse on him.
Okay.
Does it have any effect?
You cast remove curse, and it washes over him, and it looks like, it has affected something, but he is still broken. It looks like he is mentally broken. Something has gotten to him.
Do you still hear it?
It's faint, but I still hear it.
Mm-hmm.
Do we have to stay here?
Not for long.
He looks down, and this is the first time he realizes that you've put a dagger in his stomach.
I'm gonna start bandaging the wound.
He pulls it out, and it drops to the ground, and he...
I didn't keep the dagger.
Oh, you just
yeah,
quickly...
I just knifed him quickly.
You quickly knifed him, okay.
It's called shanking.
I shivved him. I shivved him in the
Shivved him.
shank. Ooh, that's a very bad medicine check.
Aw,
It's a 5.
I forgot about this.
You made it worse.
It's his knees hit the wood, and he's just holding his hands in his stomach as the blood is pooling out onto the floor. He's weeping, but smiling as he's seeing the life drain out of him.
God. What is it saying?
And he's looking up to you again, kind of pleading, "Stay. He wants us all to stay."
We might have to take the orange frog solution.
I cast sleep on him.
Oh.
Okay. So, roll your dice.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. You don't need to roll.
It's 5d8.
It's 5d8.
And I did 7 damage to him earlier.
Jacob is not a paladin or
Yeah,
anything
it only lasts for 1 minute.
But you cast sleep on him, and his eyes roll in the back of his head, and he collapses onto the ground.
All right. Well, why don't you... Well, I'm not down there. So.
No, you're not. I need to take him out of here. What's in the room? Like storage-wise? What is it? There are barrels.
It just
and
looks like
things?
these are barrels. You see salt, rice, just goods for food for the crew and for the ship.
I am going to end up taking that long rest after all. I'm going to cast animate objects. I'm going to use 2 barrels or 2 boxes to levitate him out of here.
Okay. So you levitate him back up to, I assume, the top of the ship.
Yeah, it only lasts for 1 minute.
Who do you bring him to?
There's only one person up on the top of the ship.
So Horace? You bring him to Horace. What do you two do?
Up at this point, he's going to wake up.
Well, I'm a little worried that he's going to, upset the crew
Yeah.
with his weirdness, so...
I don't want to my preference would be to gag him and tie him to the mast, like the sirens. But we need to bandage him, and I fucked it up. Can you help me bandage this man?
I think I can help you bandage this.
I will help you out if that gives you advantage, just to like.
Yeah,
assist
if you assist him,
advantage.
you'll have advantage.
I have a +0, so.
Okay, that's not bad. 17.
Yeah, that's good enough to bandage
Okay.
him to stop the bleeding.
Yeah, I will tie him up.
Yeah.
I'll tie his hands behind his back, and then I'm gonna gag him.
Let's tie him up by the crow's nest.
The crew's gonna be like, who's that up there?
No,
Why is he-"
I mean like far enough away that his.
I think we should just put him in the captain's cabin and be like,
Okay.
hey, we had to like. I mean, where do we put any prisoner that we want to be in like the quote unquote brig?
Yeah.
of
In the
ship?
prison.
Do we have it? Yeah, we might have a
We
break.
do. We should
A
have
little like room where.
Yeah.
Okay, let's take him down. there.
Probably a good idea to put him there.
Yeah.
So you guys take him down to the brig.
Yeah.
Do you tie him up and leave him in the room?
Yeah, and lock the door, and I'll leave him some reading.
As you
material.
guys are exiting out of the door, a hand stops you before you close the door, and you look up, and it's Captain Faraday.
Mhm.
And she looks at each of you. You should have told me.
We
well-
were like about to.
Yeah.
Do what you need to do. I'll stay with my crew member and make sure he's all right.
Okay.
Do what you have to do so we can leave.
Yeah. Okay.
I need to sleep.
Yeah, he needs to sleep. So, yeah, if you want, super tight tie. If you want to stay with Jacob, that's totally okay. And if I see anything up top, I'm gonna ring a bell up there. I think there's like a called arms bell or something like that.
Shoot, no one's up top. I'll meet you up there.
Okay, go ahead. I'll ring a bell and I'll need the crew at full quarters.
They'll be ready to go.
Okay. All right. Cool. I'll go back up top.
Okay. Good luck.
I'm gonna sleep up on the deck, just so I'm close by.
Okay. Yeah, I'll set up a chair up top, and I'll just kind of like be watching the darkness.
Okay.
Suspiciously.
You set up a chair just staring out
Yeah.
into the void?
Yeah. And also, I mean, from here we can see that.
Yes, you can.
Pillar.
The
Yes.
tower, yeah.
The blue tower. So I'll be keeping an eye on that, looking over my shoulders.
You don't
know.
see anything, but you do see the pillar.
Okay.
Does it do anything weird or anything like that?
Okay. And with 6 hours?
6, 8, whatever. Sleep,
Okay.
full rest.
Okay.
God, it took every impulse I had not to kill that man.
Oh, Jacob?
It would have been so much easier.
Yeah. But
Oh,
I mean,
you going dark.
I've been dark for a long
Oh.
time, friends.
I've wanted to kill my brothers. That would be so much easier for me to be king, but I don't.
I know.
So that's good.
Yeah.
This is why we're friends.
We stopped
So-
ourselves
Yeah.
from.
I think good people like don't go, hey, I should kill that person because it's easy.
Yeah.
I mean, anyway, get some sleep.
Okay. I get some sleep.
All right.
Sort of.
So you guys get rest, quote unquote?
Yeah.
We rest. We don't necessarily sleep well, but we rest.
I sleep great.
Izzy,
I'm ready to roll.
Izzy's bright-eyed and
Woo!
bushy-tailed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna wear my great armor today, or all my bells and whistles are on.
Oh, yeah, you bought a bunch of bells and
Yeah,
whistles.
yeah, got my mithril armor
Be
on.
hard to sneak. Should we take the rowboat?
Yeah, I think
Okay.
so.
Okay. It's not a rowboat. It's a
It's a
Skivvy.
Yeah.
Wait, no.
it's a tiny little version of this ship.
It looks like a little
Dongle?
smaller sailboat. It has a tiny
Yeah.
little mast,
Yeah.
kind of like what are those things
Dinghy?
you stand on?
Yeah.
Dinghy!
like a dinghy. Yeah.
dongle.
And it has that same kind of golden glass inlay in the center of it that pulls some of Nico into
Yeah.
it when you guys get on.
so it takes a little bit of Nico with it.
Yes.
Oh, okay, that's easy. Because I thought we were gonna have Izzy take the form
of a boat
of an air elemental
Our ship's name is the Wrath of Hells
with a Z.
Z.
with a Z. Well, it's also crossed out.
Big Booty Bitches was written on,
Yes.
crossed out, and then washed off.
That's right.
So you can faintly see it,
That's
which
right.
helps maintain the lie.
That's right. So what's our little ship called?
The little ship is called the Tiny Dick.
Jesus. Tiny Dick.
Tiny Dick.
All right.
Because it's a dinghy.
All right.
Yeah, I'm good with it.
Tiny Dick.
Tiny
All right,
Dick.
so then
I'm not ashamed.
we'll take the Tiny Dick into
Yeah.
the darkness.
Woo!
We'll plunge the tiny dick
Plunge the
Into
Tiny
the
Dick.
darkness.
into the skylight.
Because it's not about size, you know.
It's about
The motion of the ocean.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
about how deep into the darkness you can. I don't know what word I'm looking for.
You were trying to find your way out of that cave, and you're like, "There's no way out.
I live here now.
Only deeper."
You know what word it is. It was fuck. You know that.
I thought fit would have been the great word there.
Funyuns.
I don't even remember the rest of the sentence. I just remember very clearly you wanted to say fuck and couldn't figure out a way to not.
Okay.
All right.
Will we have a crewman
I don't think
row
we
us out,
need
or
one.
should we just do it ourselves?
Does it just fly itself? Does it have oars?
For effect.
It has so on basically the sail, it's small enough where you can grip the back of the sail and move it yourself. You can also turn. It seems like there's like a metal on the grip of the back of the sail. You can turn it to much like a helm, like a smaller helm on the handle, to give you height and depth and things like that.
Yeah, I think we'll be fine, the three of us. Unless we want to bring a red shirt, pink shirt.
What would they
out.
give us? Yeah, they'd probably
They're just
freak
freaked
out.
They'll probably cry and be like, I'm scared. I don't want to go into the abyss.
Cool.
And my hands, I can't. Gotta reserve them slapping for the bad guys.
Yeah, so should we tell some of the crew that they should be on deck to be watching for us?
I think when they wake up, we just have them prepare.
Okay.
Ooh, we can leave them a note. Dear crew.
We can also have them move a little closer. We moved very far out to kind of reduce the effect.
Yeah. We should move closer.
Let's move in.
Yeah.
Keep a weather eye out
Okay.
on the horizon.
So you guys board the little ship, and you
No, it's called Tiny Dick.
Tiny Dick?
So you board Tiny Dick.
Yeah.
and
Woo!
Sail Tiny Dick out into, I believe, the skylight is where you guys were aiming.
You just made a pinky.
To the big phallic symbol
You
in
spelled
the abyss.
Tiny Dick.
Take the tinier phallic symbol
Yes.
towards the bigger phallic
Yes.
symbol.
Okay. And we're going to the top
To the tip, just the tip.
Just the tip.
where the
'Cause we're gonna-
skylight
Where the
is.
skylight is.
Yeah.
And then we're going to go in through this falls
Urethra.
apart.
See? The shaft of the
The
tower.
tower's urethra.
So you get to the top where the
Okay.
skylight is. Are you guys just going to fly down in? Because it's wide enough where you could take
Could we do investigation?
little Dick in there.
I mean, what are we seeing as we get closer?
Yeah.
Well, as you get closer to the column, you start to see shadows and shapes more easily as the light passes through them coming from the inside of this. You see big hulking shapes walking almost in a rhythmic cadence, just in circles around the inside of this column at different levels. You also see closer to the walls of this ice, this black ice, you see smaller shapes of varying sizes. Some look humanoid, some look entirely unhumanoid. Just some writhing and some just moving lazily.
Okay.
So it appears there are a lot of different types of creatures inside, but the only ones that seem to be moving around the inside of the structure that have a lot of freedom of movement seem to be these large hulking creatures.
And we're here for the wizard,
And there's
right?
light coming from inside through the ice.
Yes.
Okay.
Does your find the path, is it going straight to our quarry, or the person that we're looking for, the wizard?
The path,
The green mile.
The green mile, the green line is still shooting down into, looks like the center of this icy column.
That should help us in terms of finding the right person.
Yes, but yes.
What do you think? Do you think you do pass without a trace, I do invisibility, and we just walk in?
Yeah. I like it.
Cool. Let's tie off the ship at the top.
Okay. What kind of knot do you want to use?
I don't know.
I like a trucker's release for this kind of stuff.
Great.
Okay.
Let's do that.
Are there any, like, watchmen or anything on the outside?
There are not.
Okay.
I cast pass without trace.
And then I cast invisibility.
Okay, so we're all invisible?
We're invisible with a +10 to our advantage stealth.
All right.
Sneaky.
So can we look in through the
sound.
skylight, down through the center?
You can.
Is
Are
it-
you getting off of the ship
Yeah.
and landing onto the surface?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you touch the surface of this, and it is cold. It is terribly cold. You can start to see your breath now in the air as soon as you get close to it. And you see some cracks in the ice from where you've stepped.
Yeah. Okay. Head in quietly.
I guess don't use fireball.
I mean, this would kind of be the perfect place to do it.
Yes, maybe. Okay.
The child is evil, right?
We can look over the lip into the...
So you peek over the edge, and just below you, just about 20 feet down, it looks like in the center of this place, you get a closer look at it now, there is a center-wide obsidian ice black column, and around it, you see where most of this blue light is radiating off of, which appear to be these spirits inside these little bottles.
It's a bottle.
And there are hundreds of them spiraling around the central column of this. Going around this column on walkways at different levels, you see them now a lot more clear. You never saw them before. Izzy did, but she described them to you. These look like these devourers you were told about as a kid. Big, long, swinging arms with great claws, a face that looks like a demonized goblin's face. You see their rib cages jutting out of the center of their chest, out of their skin, and you hear them now. Now that you're closer, you hear screams. Screams coming from inside the chests of these devourers as they just walk mindlessly in cadence, in equal tempo and circles around the inside of this place.
I'll ask Izzy, can you see your like green line?
Do I see where the green line ends?
Yes.
On a
It
bottle?
looks like it goes down. So if there are, these walkways, there looks like there's a total of 4 walkways inside this place. Yours looks like it's in between the top 2 and the bottom 2 walkways.
Right in the
along
middle.
the column.
Dead center.
The bottle's dead center.
Pun intended.
As you look around as well, these walkways are not only they don't just lead, these walkways just lead to the edge of this place. On the edges around these columns, you see different ice-like cages. And inside, and every time one of these, if you're calling them devourers, we might as well, pass by them, they seem to shrink back in their cages as the devourer passes by. These are creatures, you see gnolls, you see goblins, you see orcs, you see bugbears, you see mind flayers, you see creatures of all different shapes and sizes in these cages, but one thing unanimously across all of them is that they are afraid of these things.
The cages are made of ice.
Yes.
Okay.
Interesting.
I see it. It's in the middle. So here we have kind of the same scenario here. We gotta retrieve the bottle filled with the wizard spirit. Right?
Yeah, you know which one it is. We don't.
I have a question.
Answer.
The bottle, the souls that are trapped within the wardens, screaming a bunch.
Inside the devourers?
Those
The
are
devourers. I'm sorry. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, they are screaming.
How loud?
Loud.
Okay, but
You hear them at different levels. Like, the inside of this place is quiet, except for the sounds of the screaming.
It's like torture chambers walking around.
what? So if you're in a bottle, does that mean you're also screaming in the chest of those? Or maybe it's only like the worst, or those that are truly punished are the ones that are trapped
Or the
in
ones
them.
that try to escape.
Oh yeah, it's like the whole solitary.
Well,
As
nothing
you-
to it but to do it.
As you guys deliberate a little bit longer, you look down. You see one of the devourers in the 3rd level walk up to a cage, an empty cage, and you see the glass, like ice of the cage, start to crack and break open, and you see it reach into its chest and pull out a screaming gnoll and slam it into the cage, and the cage's ice closes around it. And then it starts breathing heavily, and nothing is coming out of its chest. The devourer then walks up to one of the glass vials against the column. You see it pull the glass vial off of this kind of black obsidian ink-like liquid, holding it in place, and pulls it to its chest and absorbs it inside of its chest. And then you see again a face screaming out of it as it continues to walk in circles.
So if he's still in the bottle, then we're fine.
Okay, that time.
If we do invisibility, and the problem is, why would the bats be over here? This is so far removed from anything else but the tower.
You bats sure are lost.
Well, I mean, if we can go. We're invisible.
Invisible, pass without trace.
All right, let's do this.
Well, can you, since you're invisible, can't you just become like a bat and go fly
If
down
she
and
casts
grab it?
you could beast shape.
I can.
Yeah.
That wouldn't cast a spell. It wouldn't break.
My wild shape is not a spell.
Because remember, this is invisibility. If you attack or cast a spell, it breaks the
got it.
invisibility.
Oh my god, I could fly down there and get it.
Yeah.
All right, I'll turn into the second most noble bird I know,
A woodpecker.
Penguin.
the albatross.
Oh, yeah, that's big.
That's not bad. Yeah, that's pretty good.
They're adorable.
Do you think just from eyeballing the jar that you as an albatross could carry it?
Now, how big are they?
Oh, albatrosses are the largest birds on the planet.
Yeah, no, I'm
Actually,
sorry. How big are the bottles? Sorry, which is a J question.
So when you're looking at these bottles, the ones that are higher, closer to you, you can see this inky, black, viscous liquid around the edges of them. Not enough to encase them completely, because otherwise the light wouldn't get out. But you see it's almost as if they are stuck in the wall, in this column.
I should actually... Albatrosses don't really have, like, the right talons. So I'm gonna...
Giant eagle?
Yeah. No, just an eagle.
Okay.
I don't want to, like... My little wings will cause wind and gusts, so I don't want to, like,
Here's something
freak him out.
to think about and possibly a solution.
Uh-huh.
These creatures may have true sight. I don't know. I don't know anything about them. But if they can see invisible things,
Yeah.
an air elemental that's invisible would be might be a better pick. Air elementals
I
can
could do
handle
that.
a little more.
You can turn it into an air
Yes.
elemental?
Yeah.
All right.
All right, I could turn into that.
Here's the thing is that once you get down there, I don't think an air elemental... I guess an air elemental could carry a jar.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
They can carry people.
Okay.
Yes.
You can throw people around.
Okay.
It may not be the most subtle way to do it.
Yeah, but we've never been subtle.
What if... Ooh, this is a... Ooh. Could you take one of us with you? The shoe sight problem is if they can see... Yeah. Well, I think it's worth a shot. How far away... Jay, how far down is the line taken? Like 30 feet, 50 feet, 90 feet?
It would be about 60 feet down.
60 feet's pretty good. I'll be in range for a lot of neat stuff. 60 feet.
By the way, Jay, when we're looking down through the skylight, are we seeing all the way through? Is it like a hollow cylinder?
You're seeing all the way through.
And then like down into the blackness below. Mm-hmm. Oh, okay.
What if?
Well, the bottom of this the only entrance is the top, and there's a doorway in the bottom.
Got it.
So it does stop at the bottom floor.
Okay. And it's all ice. Like the whole structure
All
is
ice.
just ice.
All ice.
And maybe a couple connective things.
Yes.
What if we put it in the palace?
Takes the mansion? Takes a minute to cast, and it's a spell.
And it can't come...
I have the bag of holding, though.
That works.
Oh, yeah.
That's good.
Oh, yeah.
Because I'm thinking it's gonna be weird if you see like, ooh.
We
there's,
did
like-
check the bag of holding, right? We got everything out of it that we needed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we've gone through it.
Yeah.
That was 2 episodes ago, I think. But yeah, I think it's just a lot safer if it just suddenly goes like, and it's not.
Do you want
there.
to take it with you?
Yeah.
The bag?
Yeah.
All right, so I'll hand you the bag of holding. I will take out before...
That way it can still just be a bird.
I'm going to take
Air
out the, I'm
elemental?
going to take out the potion of speed and the potion of gaseous form. And I'll give you the... Oh, and I'm going to take out the talisman of the sphere, which has the sphere of annihilation in it. I'll leave you the rest of the bag. And you can take that. You can go air elemental, fly down.
Okay.
We won't be able to see you,
No,
but
that's okay.
if you have to attack, we'll be able to see that you're there, and we'll take it from there. We'll keep an eye on it. We'll keep a weather eye, Horus, Kaka, and Arrow, just in case.
Okay.
I'd like each of you
Yeah.
to roll perception for me real quick.
Do I have to Indian? Natural 20.
Horace?
9.
23.
So, Sweeney, you know this a little bit, but Izzy, you guys are leaning over the lip of the edge, checking your things. You've been moving your hands around, grabbing things, but you look down and you notice, Izzy, you especially, the black ice that you guys have been standing on. You see that some ice and frost has started to form around your boots. Like it has started to come up around your boots. You move your feet and it cracks the ice a little bit as you move away, but you see it doing it slowly each time you move.
It's really cold in here.
Well,
We need to keep moving.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, it might be trying to like imprison us.
Yeah, it's trying to restrain us.
Probably.
Yeah.
So let's keep our feet shuffling. Let's go quick.
So,
Hurry, here we
Horus, you
go.
and I move very quietly
Yeah.
around the edge.
Yeah.
She goes straight down.
Okay. Yeah. So I'll knock an arrow just in case. I'll keep an arrow pointed.
Okay? So, Izzy, you take flight.
Mm-hmm.
And
I'm going to ready a spell, and the spell that I'm readying is Fireball.
you
Nice.
open your wings and flutter down.
I'm an air elemental.
Oh, you're an
with
air
the bag.
elemental, that's right.
Cute clutch.
Well, all your items like become part of it.
We can also just hand her we can hand it to her after she becomes the air elemental, so it wouldn't port. So that way she could just like...
Yeah.
But then it's a satchel
It's-
flying down. It's the problem of true sight.
Yeah.
If they see you. It's up to you.
I don't know.
I mean, they might just be like, oh, look at that air elemental with a satchel.
They might be. Yeah, that's the thing is they may be able to tell. It's up to you. Do you want to have the bag at handy, or do you? Because otherwise you have to go into Izzy form and put it in your pocket.
And then turn back into an air elemental.
It's up to you. It's only a bonus action.
If I just, can I just turn into a flying snake and swallow the bottle?
A flying snake?
There's a flying snake.
It's in the monster manual.
Okay. Is it a snake with wings?
But then once I transform,
You have it in your body. Yeah, that's a weird way to do with our wizard friend.
I wish animals wore clothes. I could just put it in my little pocket.
It's up to you. How do you want to? Do you want to just have the bag?
Yes.
Okay. So
I think that's like a weird D&D rules thing because like you can dress up a dog,
Yeah.
but like if you transform out of dog form, are you now wearing tiny dog clothes?
Depends. It's in the beginning. It says you need to establish that with your DM on your transforming. 'Cause everybody has it a little bit different.
You choose whether your equipment falls to the ground in your space, merges into your new form, or is worn by it.
And I think from the beginning we've had that your stuff pulls inside of you.
Yes.
Which is why, like, every time you would be covered in blood, it would just get soaked inside of you when you return to human form.
Yeah. Bloodbath.
Or drow form. Half drow form.
All right, let's do it.
Let's go.
Okay. So you, as a wind elemental, holding your bag of holding, you descend down into the column. You go past the first walkway. The devourer continues to move. You go past the second walkway. As you do, you catch a few more eyes of a few more of the creatures here inside, and you see some fairies. You see what look like larger turtle amphibian-like creatures moving around in one of the other cages. You also see what looks like an angel of sorts in one of the cages near the edge of the column. This one, instead of looking like MacLeod, has light pinkish skin instead of MacLeod. And you continue past, but as you're floating down, you notice a mind flayer in one of the ice cages is pointing at you, and its tentacles are reaching out through the icy cage, and it starts to bellow something, but you pass and you hear it's low. There again, the screams are coming from these devourers, but it starts to speak something, and you hear something in your mind. You hear, "Get me out of here, get me out of here, I'll give you anything, get me out of here," as you're descending down further into the center of the column. What do you do?
What? Couldn't hear you. Still going, moving.
So you make it to the vial in the wall, and it is stuck there in this inky black liquid.
I try to pull it out.
So you wrap your windy-like hands around it, swirling wind forming grip, and you pull on the vial, and the ink pulses up the column. And in a moment, Horace and Sweeney, the ice grows and grows, and the circle at the top of the room begins to shrink and shrink and shrink. Ice is forming all around the top. You see, in one moment, all of the devourers stop in their place. And the two on the bottom will look up, and the two at the top look down, no sound, and begin to climb towards you. At this moment, Horace and Sweeney, the top of the column has completely solidified. You guys are cut off from Izzy entirely from where you are.
Dang, I kind of wanted to jump through, but I guess it happened too fast.
If you want to slip through as it's happening, it'll have to be a dexterity check, because it is like you would have to run and dive. It wouldn't be graceful.
Definitely.
19.
I got 20.
That's enough for both of you. You each slide, and you jump in just enough where the ice is like closing, where it's like banging you against the side as it clips and almost like pulls off Sweeney. Since yours was a little bit less than Horace, it almost pulls your shoe off as it closes around it as you slip down. Each of you hit this first icy ring, and one of the devourers, which was now climbing down, stops and looks up at the two of you.
I pull out my deck of illusions and I say, I'm going to make it rain.
Yay!
And you just...
I'm going to cast 7 of them.
And just throw 7 cards out into
Some on
this
our
place.
level, and then the rest I'm just going to go...
Nice. All right. Let's read what these bad boys are.
Yeah.
All right.
I love it when the deck of illusions comes out. I hope one of them is like a tank.
Queen of Clubs.
Okay, the Queen of Clubs spirals down to the second floor, and out of it comes... What the hell is that?
What is it? What's it say?
A troop of Girl Scouts.
Irene.
Oh, an Aranez. It's a demon woman.
Oh!
Yeah.
So
It's a devil woman. She's got like wings and like a golden lasso.
So the
and
card
stuff.
hits the floor, and a demon woman appears out of thin air. What's the next one?
Isn't she
Ace.
she's like a fallen angel, right?
Ace of Diamonds.
I believe so. An Ace of Diamonds
Animatronic.
lands on the floor just beneath you, and you see a ball and stalks and eyes coming off of the body, and a beholder turns and screams and bellows at one of the devourers as it turns its attention and starts approaching it.
2 of Clubs. Oh, poor whatever that's going to be.
A 2 of Clubs lands on the floor where you're on, right next to you, and you see a very wily kobold pop out and just starts screaming and yelling at you and at the
No, no, can't
devourer.
see us.
Do these have sound?
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
Queen of Diamonds.
The Queen of Diamonds falls to the bottom floor, and you see a night hag pop out,
Whoa.
billowing magic words up at a devourer on the bottom floor, distracting it.
9 of Hearts.
9 of Hearts. Oh, a 9 of Hearts falls to the second to the bottom floor, and an Etten pops out.
The 2-headed giant. 9 of Diamonds.
And is that the last one?
No, I got one more.
Okay. A 9 of Diamonds spirals down to the floor beneath you, and an Ogre Mage pops out.
An ogre mage?
Yep, an Ogre Mage. Specifically, not just an ogre, not just a mage, an Ogre Mage.
Never even heard of that. All right.
Well, they exist.
That ogre went to college.
8 of Diamonds.
And lastly, an 8 of Diamonds falls down to the bottom floor, and a Knoll pops out, snarling, ready to fight. All right, guys, roll initiative.
Uh-oh.
Thanks for listening to this week's episode. The Velvet League will return next week for part 8 of Season 19. And as a reminder, if you want to get that in-character thank you from one of the Velvet League or one of the many NPCs in this world, just head to Kickstarter to Mortals Descent of the Gods and back us at that $5 or more pledge level. This episode included music by Kevin MacLeod of Incomptech.com. You can find the track listing and credits in the show notes. Photos and character art can be found in the show notes on partialart.com. And while you're there, why not check out some of our other podcasts, including Roll to Seas, where myself and Andrew Dickinger discuss the absolute madness of Warhammer 40k. If you have any questions about the show, you can email us at FridayNightQuests@gmail.com. You can also follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and Tumblr, all under the handle Partial Arc. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you on the battlefield.
Yeah, I'm gonna loot the body.
So, how much experience do we get?
Well, now we have a skeleton army, so that's pretty neat.